So this is Carla and Cinder. She's gonna get Cinder ready for an FH2. So this is our track today. And I didn't mark it. I just put it out here. We're tracking here today because the grass is perfect and it's green. Okay, so just stop. So Plutzer, tell her Plutz. Plutz. Okay, stand on that line. Okay, so a fundamental rule. Tell her Plutz. Before starting tracking, is to have that line laid out behind you. Just tell her Plutz. Make her Plutz. Stand on the line close to her. Now make your line so it's all straight. So if you looked, she went to take off and there's no way that line would have fed through her hands because there's a big knot in it. So what happens is when you go tracking, before you report in to that judge, you should have that line thrown out behind you. It should be straight, not in a big ball. Because what would happen, like on a trial, if you went to feed that out, she would have gone, you would have had a correction. You couldn't possibly get to the end of the line because it wasn't ready. So normally you're only allowed a fur saver, but this is training, so we're setting up with training tools. And this dog has super high drive for the track, and so what we're doing is we're just we're also going to do some training. Okay, so what now, Carla? So now walk up beside. She's going to take off, so you can tell her to sue, and off she goes. Okay, so this dog loves tracking. So, and Carla, have your hands close to your chest and try and keep that tension steady. Okay, on that line. Really super important. And keep your hands to your chest, because so in tracking, it's pretty hard because you have to keep steady tension, but also the correction is tension. So there's a pretty fine line between keeping a tight line and not. So there is an article right here. And so what's happening is this dog wants the handler to get up to her, right? So she shouldn't have moved around, but she did. So what happens is when the dog puts its head down, Carla would click and move forward. Now the dog shouldn't have spun around, but she did. So Carla does not move until that dog lays down. And she's laying the wrong direction, but this is what happens. I trialed her once and she did this on a track. She spun around, but then she corrected herself, okay? So, and if she whines, that's the same as moving. You can tell her no. Okay? So Cinder's really excited to go tracking. So kind of so that I would just give one piece for that. Pick up your article, because she spun around, so you can't really reward that, right? And tell her to go. Okay, and off you go. So see how Carla's maintaining tension on that line, and it's got to be. There's no food here, so see how she wants to go. Okay, and there's going to be an article right away. She went over the article, so that's 7 points, okay? So she just made a corner. So if you go over an article, that's the article she went over. So most likely, it was too short of a leg, right? So she wanted to continue on the journey. She didn't want to stop. Okay, there's another article. So after a corner, I go 15 paces and I put an article. So she has to put her head down, and when she puts her head down, Carla will move forward. So she has to stop and put her head down. Okay, she puts her head down, then Carla will move. Okay. So don't be in a hurry to get to her ever. So she's still turned sideways, but not much. We got to work on this. But this is okay. So what I do is tell her plots, and she's off. Now the problem we have with Cinder wanting to take off is a good problem. It's a much better problem than if the dog didn't want to leave. So this is hard on Carla because she can see the dog just made a corner and she didn't know where the corners are because I didn't mark them. Okay? So there's an article. So again, after a corner in training, I go 15-20 paces and I lay an article because in tracking, what the dog's tracking for are the articles. They're hunting for the articles. So see, the dog has to plots, like put her head down. When the head goes down, Carla clicks, Carla moves forward. So I want the dog, so what I want is that dog to have the article between the legs and to stare at that article. That's what I want in tracking. Okay? So have her look at it a little bit more. Like have her look at it and actually stare at it before dropping. And so what her reward is are pieces of kibble. Do you see that? So if she has to stop and think, then you're going to get a little bit better. We want super high value on these articles. And this is an article, and see, she's off again. Not much we can do. Carla's feeding out the line. She's getting excellent at this. And so now there's a little difference of terrain. So Carla's at the end of the line. She's going to go with her. Okay. Now this is a really hard corner. This corner that is the angle of that corner. And you just see it's like a V. And so that is a corner that she's going to experience on an FH2 track. So the dog just made a V. So what I did is I put a little bit of food there just to help the dog because it was such a hard corner. She did excellent. Okay. Here's another corner. She did excellent on it. Good handling, Carla. Okay, now the next leg after the next corner is going to be a little bit difficult for Carla because she's never done it before, and it's going to be a half circle. Because in an FH2 track, there's a half circle after a corner. And so she's going to come to the corner right away. And there she goes. Okay? So Carla has to stay behind. You always have to stay behind your dog 33 feet. So the handling and tracking is just as, the learning curve for the handler is just as much as for the dog, in my opinion. So she's making the corner. So it's a complete half, and she's going to come to a corner soon. Then it'll be a straight line and then another corner. So Cinder's a really excellent tracker. I had her ready for an FH when I was working with her. And then she's been retired. She's 7, so she's been retired when I got Ice. I stopped. Or sorry, when I got Carma. I stopped working with her. Okay, here's another corner. See Carla's handling? She keeps the line steady at all times. When you're in the track, you must follow the dog. So it's really important to keep that line steady. She's coming up to an article right away. Okay, so in tracking, the track layer can make or break a dog. So for clubs holding trials, it's super important that you have a qualified track layer, like somebody that actually knows how to lay a track. So when I did an FH2 on ice, the club had no track layer lined up. So they had a complete novice, somebody who had never even, didn't even know what an FH2 track was my track layer. So ice passed, but it really, he would have gotten a lot better result probably with somebody that knew how to lay tracks. But lots of clubs don't even think that, oh, they need a track layer. But the track layer you need for IPO2, IPO3, FH, FH2. And the track layer, in my opinion, is as important as the helper in a trial. So when I trial, I always want to know, especially if I'm trialing to the US or something, I want to know that there is an experienced track layer laying those tracks. Because the last thing you want to do is go travel, spend a ton of money to go travel, and then find out that they don't have qualified helper or track layer. So this one, that was so hard. So what I used is a little package of Caesars, little Caesar dog food. And so Cinder got an extraordinary reward because that was really hard. Good job. And so there's no food here. So you see she wants to race. And also as Cinder's getting tired, she's going to come to another article right away. There she is. So see, she has to lay forward. And when she looks forward, puts her head down, then Carla will move forward. She'll click and move forward. But she's got to put that head down. So in tracking, you never want to be in a hurry. Never, ever, ever. If you're in a hurry, don't go tracking. No! Platz!
Platz!
Walk to her, say Platz. Platz! So she will get a correction. Go correct her, Platzer. Okay, so now you, so that article, so you say, where's that article?
Right here.
Okay, so bring her back. Don't let her go forward, okay? Bring her back to that article, okay? Bring her back. And you say, show me.
Show me.
Bring her over, back over it. Okay?
Show me.
Okay.
Show me. Show me.
Okay, perfect. So now Carla, stand on that line so she can't move forward. Come on, pull her back, stand on that line. Quick, stand on it. Bring her back and stand on it. It's okay, I'll get it. Bring her back to that article. Okay?
Show me.
Bring her back. Okay.
Show me.
No, and now you say nothing, okay? No, say nothing. And ignore your clicker. I will deal with it, okay? Platz.
Platz.
Okay, so this is training. So where's that article? Don't click, okay? So on this, I want her to stare and look at that article. So where's the article?
Straight from her. Above.
Okay, so you can say Sue. Okay, good girl. Don't move to her. Don't move. She must look at that thing. Okay, and now reach down. No food. You can reach down and pet her. Say Platz. Okay, the beginning, the journey, the ending, all must have equal value to this dog. This dog has tremendous for the end. And so I never use a high value article at the end. She will just have a normal. The big reward is always within the track, and the big reward is that little package of Caesar dog food, right? And so I want her to put her back and stand on that line. Stand on it so she can't move forward, and have her look at it. She has to look at that article. Say Sue?
Sue.
Okay, and she looks at it. Okay, so now you can, don't know food. She does not need food all the time, okay? You can pet her. You can say good. Okay? Now I want you to say Platz. Keep standing on that line because we got to fix her taking off, okay? So say Platz and pick up that article. Say Platz.
Platz.
Platz, show it. Perfect. Put it in your pocket. When she looks forward, then you can say Sue. She has to look forward. Sue. Okay, so do you get it? Yeah. See what, okay? So this is good training because even though we were making a video on showing what the corners were for the FH2 truck, it's still training, so when a problem happens, and we're seeing there's a problem because she walked over one article and she just did her second. So each article is 7 points. Dogs cannot walk over articles, right? And Cinder's never really walked over an article till today, but she hasn't tracked in a little while. So this is what we do to fix a problem. Okay, there's another corner. There's a corner. So tracking's where you see the condition of the dog. So for example, this is already 16 minutes, this track. You know, so it's very hard mentally on the dog. And the end of, she just Plutzer. So she's following me, Plutzer. So she, say Plutz. Just press on her back and say Plutz. Press on her back, Plutz. Okay, so Carla, I'm going to show you what I would do here. So you take the camera. Okay, because we got to fix this, okay? And just video it. Yeah, okay. So, she cannot do this, okay? So you got to move way down. Okay. So there's no food here. So she decided she was going to go over. Okay, soup. That's the article.
Okay.
No, don't end it. So this is what I do when there's a problem. So we saw she went over the article twice. She can't do that. You little bag, why did you do that? Flux. Stop. Okay, so what I do, it's always good to be tracking with someone because then when stuff happens, we can do stuff like that, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the track longer. Okay? What's right there? Because she can't go over these articles. No, you little bag. No. Flux. No. No. Okay? No. Flux. Soup. Good. No, keep going. Okay. She doesn't always need food, okay?
Okay.
So move into there. So Carla's very quick to
Reward.
give food because that is what I've told her we do at the articles. And so when you start to get a dog ready for trial, if you've always put food at the articles, you're going to have trouble because if there's no food there, that dog's going to come to an article and it's going to go, there's no reward here, I'm not going to get it. And a dog that's never walked over articles will walk over an article. So the reward can also be a pet, okay? It can be good, Plutz. Okay, so I want her calm. And so I'm seeing with food, no, Plutz. Okay? Show me. Good girl. Yeah, good. So it can even be your voice, okay? Good. Show me. Yes. Okay. You're a good girl. Flux. Okay? Flux. So I'm giving her extra commands because with this dog, she wants to take off. We got to fix that. She's going to lose a couple points every article for taking off before being told to do so. Okay? The handler has to show this article to the judge, put it away, and then tell the dog to continue. And so I want to train that dog to look forward, and that's when I say foods, right? This dog just wants to do the journey. She just loves tracking. Okay, so let's. So now the next step is Carla will go to that dog, pick up the line. She'll look at me. Oh, say Plutz. Plutz. Pick up the line, Platz. Stand into basic position. And you're going to say, sit.
Sit.
Help her. Good girl.
Good girl.
Now she's going to heel towards me and she's going to report out. So she'll say Foos and she'll heel towards me. So we got to work on this.
Foos.
And then what'll happen, so just sit her.
Foos.
What will happen is then to report out, she's going to take the articles out of her pocket and present them to the judge. And she's going to say Carla and Cinder reporting out FH2 tracking.
Foos.
And so that's the final. So we got to work on that too. But good job, Carla. And good job, Cinder.
Foos. Let's
21 minutes.
We've got to practice foosing, little girl.
Yeah.